2024 kicks off with the 34th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. We turn our attention to Group F and what we can expect from Morocco, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Zambia and Tanzania. Despite becoming Africa's highest placed team at a World Cup after their 4th place finish in Qatar, Morocco have won the Africa Cup of Nations just once. 48 years ago in 1976. That is the scale of the task faced by Walid Regragui. In 2022, a lacklustre Egyptian side ground down the Atlas Lions, who played well below their level and exited after a defeat in extra time in the quarter-finals. A repeat of that abysmal display seems unlikely under Regragui, who has rejuvenated the team. Manchester United's Sofiane Amrabat returns to the international stage, which contributed to his move to the Premier League, and will see it as a chance to cast aside his mediocre club form. PSG's Achraf Hakimi and Galatasaray's Hakim Ziyech will play a key role, but after helping PSV to the Champions League knockout stages, watch out for 22-year-old Ismail Sibari to make an impact off the bench. The favourites tag seldom bodes well for a side ahead of AFCON, but this could be the year the 2030 World Cup co-hosts put an end to the long wait for a title. Having failed to qualify for the last tournament, the redemption of the 2-time AFCON winners is in no small part down to Frenchman Sébastien Desabre, who replaced Argentine Hector Coupé as manager in 2022. With the 2026 World Cup qualification as his target, there was surprise the Leopards made it to this year's AFCON, but unlike his predecessor, Desabre has ingratiated himself in DR Congo, living in the country and attending domestic club games there. Marseille's Chancel Mbemba is the beating heart of this team in defence, and keep an eye on Theo Bongonda, the Congolese Messi who plays at Spartak Moscow. Galatasaray attacker Cedric Bakambu has come out of retirement in another sign that Desabre has instilled confidence in the team and hope in the country. But after qualifying for AFCON, his biggest achievement may have been to convince top scorer in the Portuguese Primeira Liga, Simon Banza, born in France to Congolese parents, to pledge allegiance late last year, and he could be lethal in attack. Former Chelsea manager Avram Grant will look to spring a surprise with his Zambia side ranked outsiders. But the same could be said when they upset a star-studded Ivory Coast side, including Kolo and Yaya Toure, Salomon Kalou and Didier Drogba, to lift the AFCON trophy back in 2012. Their squad is built on a core of players who lifted the 2017 Under-20 AFCON tournament, including Leicester City's Patson Daka, but he's only played 7 championship games so far this season. Despite the lack of game time, his ability is still clear, managing 4 goals and 2 assists in those 7 games. A link to that famous victory in 2012 remains in 34-year-old defender Stopilla Sunzu. He scored the winning penalty in the shootout victory over Côte d'Ivoire, and with a young supporting cast this time around, don't discount a repeat of the 2012 miracle. The Taifa Stars return to a competition they have only reached 3 times in history, having ended a run of 19 consecutive AFCON tournaments without qualifying in 2019. Don't expect many goals, as Tanzania managed to score just 3 goals in their 6 AFCON qualification games, and 2 of the 4 conceded came in their 2-0 defeat to Algeria. Simon Masuva scored 2 in qualification, and despite having a difficult season at Power King Greece, Ali Samatta could prove pivotal in any shock results for a squad made up of mostly homegrown talent. And watch out for non-league midfielder Ben Starkey, referred to as Benteke when assistant manager Hemed Salama Morocco announced the AFCON squad.